What's up everyone and welcome to another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y update. Today we have the reveal of the next batch of CoroCoro scans showing off a bunch of new Pokemon, characters, and information. So let's go right ahead and get started. So let's begin with what I think is the most exciting news revealed, and that is the types of the legendaries for X and Y finally revealed. Yveltal, the mascot legendary for Pokemon Y, has been revealed to be a dark and flying type. And honestly, that's kind of what I expected, other than maybe a dark and dragon type. But Xerneas, the legendary mascot for Pokemon X, is actually a fairy type. That one was a little bit more unexpected. I kind of thought it would be dark and light type, but since fairy type overtook the light type as the new type revealed, I guess that makes a little more sense. Yveltal has a new ability called Dark Aura, and Xerneas has one called Fairy Aura, which respectively they boost dark and fairy type moves. Yveltal has also been revealed to have a special move called Deathwing, and Xerneas has one called Geo Control. I'm assuming these are kind of their signature moves, much like every legendary mascot has had their own signature moves. I think for Black and White, Zekrom had like Terravolt or something, and Fusion Flare for Reshiram, so these are going to be their sort of signature moves, Deathwing and Geo Control. For the abilities and moves though, these are the Japanese names, so keep in mind these may change when the official sort of Pokemon English information comes out. Now we move on to the batch of brand new Pokemon revealed. First we've got Pancham's evolution, who's going to be called Koronda, at least in Japanese, though its English name is actually rumored to be Pangoro, and it is a fighting and dark type. It is here shown to have the move Hammer Arm and a new method of evolution, which is why I'm assuming Gengar and Raichu are over here, showcasing that you can evolve by stones, by trading, and that this guy has an entirely new method other than just normal leveling up. Now this new method of evolution has actually been discussed in the same rumors that reveal that his name might be Pangoro before, and it says that Pancham will actually evolve while you're holding another dark type Pokemon in your party and you level up. This actually makes a lot of sense since Pancham is only a fighting type, and then when it evolves into Pangoro it becomes a fighting and dark type, and it seems like a pretty cool way to evolve your Pokemon. This new method of evolution seems like a pretty cool addition, especially with other types of Pokemon that will do the same thing, but you know, with not just dark types. So moving on, we have this pair of squid Pokemon. The little one is called in Japanese Maika, though it is rumored to be called Inkay in English, I guess coming from ink and something else. Either way, it is known as the Rotation Pokemon. He has a dark type move called Turnover, which will reverse stat changes. His evolution here in Japanese is called Caramanero, but in English it is rumored to be called Malamar. I guess coming from like mar, which is ocean in Spanish, and malice maybe? I don't know, but it is known as the Reversal Pokemon, and both of these guys are going to be dark and psychic type. Now, along with the rumor of Pancham's new method of evolution, I want to mention the rumor for how this Pokemon evolves, which is actually by holding your 3DS upside down as it levels up. It seems pretty crazy, but bear with me for a second. Let's take a look at Inkay or Maika here and see what happens when you flip it upside down. See the resemblance? Seems legit. This seems like a pretty gimmicky method. I don't think it'll be for a lot of Pokemon, but it's still a cool idea, and I'm wondering what happens when you flip Malamar upside down. Will it turn back into Inkay? I doubt it, but still pretty cool. Now let's move on to this little guy, and you might see a little bit more to the scan, but we're going to go over the new Pokemon first and then go over the new characters. Anyway, this is Shushup, and it is known as the Perfume Pokemon. It is a pure fairy type and has the ability Healer, which is actually the ability that Alomomola and I think Chansey got in 5th generation. And he also knows the move Aromatherapy. And one curious thing is that this Pokemon will actually be an exclusive to Pokemon Y. Finally, we have Parapafu. This cute little guy is known as the Cotton Candy Pokemon, and he is also a fairy type and an exclusive to Pokemon X. He has a new ability called Sweet Pail, which prevents allies from falling asleep, and he learns the move Drain Kiss. And I'm assuming that both him and the Perfume Pokemon will probably have evolutions, as they just look like little guys that need a little bit of lovin' in the evolution department. And since we're on the topic of version exclusives with these two guys here, we actually have some new information regarding some previously revealed Pokemon. Clauncher will actually be an exclusive to Pokemon X, and Skrelp will be an exclusive to Pokemon Y. And the final bit of information we have in the Pokemon department is that Honedge actually has the ability No Guard. Cool. Now let's move on to the new characters revealed in these scans. Starting off with what I think is the most exciting reveal is the new evil team for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, Team Flare. They look pretty odd and maybe even similar to an old team at first glance. Seems a little fishy to me, and I actually have this feeling that this won't be the only evil team you'll encounter in the Kalos region. They seem to have sort of a fire theme with their hair and I guess clothes color, so maybe we could actually see the return of maybe a little bit of Team Magma and Aqua conflict like we had in Ruby Sapphire Emerald. In this game, I don't know, but they just don't seem to be like a solo running team here with the whole fire theme going on. I don't know, honestly they just look pretty weird to me, so we'll have to wait and see what exactly is going on with Team Flare here. Immediately to the right of these guys, we have the new professor revealed. This is Professor Puratanu. Of course, that's his Japanese name. Not sure what his English name will be yet, but it is stated that he will actually occasionally battle you, which seems pretty cool except for the fact that we already have like 20 rivals, so definitely seems like there's going to be a lot of recurring character battles in this game. Along with the previous rumors I mentioned of Pangoro and the sort of flipping the 3DS upside down thing, there's actually a rumor of a new professor called Professor Sycamore in this game, which will actually give you the Kanto starters, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur in this game, but we don't know exactly if it's this professor here, or if it's just going to be another one, or if he even exists at all since it's a rumor, but it'd be pretty cool definitely, and Sycamore does seem like a fitting name for, I guess, our professors, since they always have names related to like trees and plants, but we'll definitely have to wait and see for that one. Finally, we have these two dudes down here, a pair of new gym leaders. The Full Metal gym leader here is called Shitoro, and right next to him is Zakuro. The types for their gyms have still not been revealed, but we can do some pretty good speculation based on their particular attire here. For Shitoro, I think he's probably going to be an electric or steel type gym leader, pretty much based on like the machinery that he's got going on with him, and maybe this little gizmo here will be related to some sort of new Pokemon that he'll have, or I honestly don't know, it just looks kind of out of place and like it could relate to a new Pokemon maybe. Zakuro is a little bit more obvious since he seems to be wearing rock climbing gear and pretty much in a rock climbing pose. I'm going to guess that this guy is going to be a rock type gym leader. Maybe a little bit of stretch that he could be a ground type too, but probably a rock type gym leader. And with that, we pretty much wrap up all the new information, characters, and Pokemon revealed during these new CoroCoro scans. As always, I have mentioned all their Japanese names for the abilities, moves, and the Pokemon names, so we'll have to wait and see for the official Pokemon website. They'll probably be releasing gameplay trailer 5 or something pretty soon, as they always seem to do, or at least they'll put it up on the official Pokemon website pretty soon, so once that comes out, I'll definitely give you guys an update on that. As for now though, that is going to be it. So if you've enjoyed this video, a like would be appreciated, those always help out, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, because it's free and you get more X and Y updates. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time.